as you see Mazza's grip, and finally the distribution of weight within that ball, which is the least amount of the forces affecting a bowling ball.
John using 2 balls, neon orange and a black, early Halloween.
Then you put it in the hands of an artist, such as these 2 players, and you get great results. Right now, the king is trailing by 2.
Carry ball.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Woo. Luck on that one, baby. All right, come on.
Added to those 3 elements, you put lift with the wrist, and you see the pins talk. You watch him just saw this 5-pin out. He likes the reaction. Ron Williams, that familiar style, somewhere around the center. He's going to drift slightly left, and he'll be right between the 3rd and 4th arrows. He can retake the lead with a strike, 8th frame.
Carry. Yes! Oh! Yes! Yes, baby!
Whew. Think back. That may be the one.
Likes the reaction. Big power ball, extra loft. Then he puts it in Mazza's face a little bit.
Look at that Mazza come back. He won the True Value Open, 258 to Norm Duke's 225, earning $42,000.
You know what just happened, Chris? And I've been in a bowling center all my life. I think John Mazza's ball just jumped off the underground rack. We're going to have a delay here. I heard it as it came down. These balls go underground approximately 35 miles an hour. It jumped the rack. And so the underground, they're going to roll an extra ball down there and try to force this ball forward. Now, if it's on the railing, it'll come back and they'll get the ball. I saw one time in Buffalo, New York, 1966, a player have his ball jump off the rack and get lost underneath the lanes, Chris. And I don't know if that has happened here or not. They're still looking for a ball.
Okay.
All right, he's still got a ball to play with, so it's not lost, and he is putting himself in position where he leads by 2 pins, 9th frame, King of the Hill match.
I can see Nelson Burton Sr. saying, I taught my son well, didn't I? Back in St. Louis, the mighty legend, Bo's dead.
I thank you, Chris, and I'm sure my dad was watching, and he'll say that John Mazza was hurt by that delay and went a little too quickly. He has the 3-9-10, an easy split for a left-hander. A left-hander will get over in this zone, try to drive all the pins back into the 9-10 zone. Even if he makes it, he trails by 1 to the king, Ron Williams.
Hear Ron say that. Big shot here. How true. Was it big?
Chris, he couldn't have walked down there 60 feet to the head pin and placed the ball by hand in a more perfect position. Now, as his nickname is known as the juggler, he usually goes right for the throat. Mazza's trying to just
keep
decoy
talking.
himself. Right now, Ron Williams can lock it up with a strike. Anything less, we can have a tie, or Mazza can still win. Quickly, the solid 10. He is a potential 225. Mazza a potential 225. He says, Mazza knows the score. I don't know what he's doing over there talking along, but here's the situation. Spare strike by Williams, 225. 3 strikes by Mazza, 225. Sudden death, 2-frame roll-off for King of the Hill. Let's see what happens.
Come on, get them all.
Ron Williams is psyching himself up. Threw a great shot in the 10th, left the solid 10. A strike here will be 225. That would force this man to get all 3 strikes to tie.
225 for the King of the Hill.
Thanks.
John Mazza, True Value Champion, Open 1993, needs them all to tie and set up a roll-off.
Two more. A True Value Champion.
Sign language by Mazza tells the story. One down, two more to go.
Remember, that's for a tie.
Much more at stake for Ron Williams there is for John Mazza. John Mazza wins $5,000, Williams $5,000. However, next week, if Williams can win, it would be an additional $20,000. However, one more ball to determine win, lose, or tie.
This is the King of the Hill head-to-head match. All tied at 225. Two-frame roll-off. They stand and cheer here at Landmark. Wonderful. They deserve it. True Value Champion is John Mazza. The King of the Hill is Ron Williams. Two-frame roll-off, Nelson.
Here's what happens. Ron Williams will bowl one frame and sit down. Then Mazza will get up and bowl what is the equivalent of the 9th and 10th frames, all to determine the new king.
Ring 10 again.
Okay, that was a shot. If he had carried it in the 10th frame, he'd have locked it up and off to a tough start right here. Don't miss the spare, Ron.
All right. This is a two-frame roll-off. 225 tie in the King of the Hill match. If you just joined us, this man, John Mazza, won the True Value Open.
He once again holds up those fingers. 3 straight strikes. 1 on the first extra frame and 2 now in the what we call the last or almost the 10th frame of a match would lock it up.